You mentioned you've been doing a bunch of presentations for a club. What's the club again?
Well, it's not a club.
What are you ambassador of?
I am the Salt Ambassador. One of two right now.
And my question for you is, what is salt? And it's not like table salt.
No, it's not. It's not table salt. Like, there is no pepper ambassador.
We need to make that a thing, just like we did with Poke Scares.
Yeah.
Pepper ambassadors.
We need some pepper ambassadors on this campus. Hashtag pepper ambassador.
So, explain, what is SALT?
SALT is actually a program that the people way above our heads, known as the governments, have helped to orchestrate to help students master their money and their finances. And it's actually a really cool program because it's free. The school paid for it. I don't know if that means we pay for it technically.
I was gonna say, we probably
I don't know how things are handled on those high levels of student government, but I know that it's paid for and it's free for life for us. Like, as long as we sign up while we're here, we have it for free forever.
That's pretty awesome. So is it like an acronym or something? Does it stand for anything?
You know, I thought it did. I've been doing this for 2 weeks, and I thought it did up to this day when they sat me down in a webinar, and they asked me
what?
A webinar.
A webinar.
A webinar. For those of you that don't know what a webinar is, that's the classic thing you do when you work in the professional world, where people get together on Skype and they do these large presentations through a little web browser, and everybody gets to listen to them talk about important things, and it's all very professional, and everyone has this motivational, exciting voice that's really draining your soul somehow on the inside. It's a webinar.
So if there's seminars and then the webinars. So if you're on a phone conference, is that a phonenar?
We're gonna let that joke slide. I'm gonna let it slide. That was a good joke.
It was cheesy.
It was cheesy.
It was
though.
very cheesy.
We're gonna sliding right past that guy.
All right.
All right. But yeah, so SALT is what it is, and actually does not have an acronym. SALT is the oldest form of currency in the world, or the oldest form of mastering trade.
Really?
So it's recognized by an uncitable source. I cannot MLA cite this or MAA cite this whatsoever. They did not give me that.
No APA.
So there's no APA or anything. There's no FBI citation for this.
No wikis.
That's right. No Hillary Clinton cover up here or anything. It's just, it is what it is. And that's why they chose SALT as the name, and it's saltmoney.org. So that's the website, and they want me to tell people. It feels like I work for the men in the suit now.
Men in Black?
Yeah.
Or just Men in Suit?
Men in suits.
Because I think Men in Black is copyrighted.
That's taken. We can't mention that.
Oh.
Don't mention that again.
Well, I think
we just lost like $1,500.
It's all right. All right. We're not paying for it. It's already paid for.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Okay. We can talk about whatever. So, but that's what SALT is. And then my day, I don't know about your day. My day, I don't know about your day, is been presenting that in classrooms with students.
How many classrooms have you gone to?
I went to 2 today. I didn't know about either of them.
They just kind of
got here one after another.
Just like, hey, by the way, you're talking about this that you just got a hold of.
Yeah. Like the first one, we were like planning it as we walked to the class. Like we were going over talking points. And finally, we just broke it down. We're like, so we're just going to wing this, right? Like, we're just going to be shooting from the hip and give out some good talking points and try to answer questions.
All right, then. So if somebody asked you a question, were you the one to respond, or was it the other person? You kind of just like sat there just shadowing?
It was supposed to be my boss the whole time, I think, who is a nice man that I won't reference by name because he's cool, like him. But I did a little bit of carrying in the first class sometimes.
Okay.
Kind of brought up the spirits with a good joke.
Well, what was that joke?
I don't remember. It's off the top of my head.
Well, if it was a good joke, you would remember it.
I don't know. I think it was like my public speaking joke. Like before you get up and publicly speak, you tell a joke to break the ice. I said something funny that I still can't remember. I don't know. It's like some default public speaking joke.
Probably what happened is whenever you got up to talk, you probably just blacked out. And then as soon as you were done, you sat down, you came back through like, whoa, what just happened?
I know Steve Jobs like infused my body.
I have
sold them.
I have done that several times where I'll get up to talk and do a speech in front of a class, and all of a sudden I'm sitting down and I'm just like, wait, what just happened? And they're like, I don't know, but you just killed that talk. I'm like, really? I don't remember anything. I remember standing up and then just sitting right back down.
That is how it's supposed to go, isn't it?
Apparently.
I thought that's what Steve Jobs did. Isn't that what he did? He just got up there, bam, knocked it out, and that was it.
So you mentioned my day. Pretty much, while you've been doing that, I have been rendering music for the radio station.
Ooh, renderer.
Yeah, renderer.
Music happens, people listen, and they find joy in their studies.
Yeah.
Isn't that how
But pretty much what it is our radio station is lacking in top 40s music. So I've just kind of been going through, downloading a lot of songs of top artists, and pretty much just getting our station up to date. Since Media Club now has their radio show Tuesdays from noon to 2.
Shameless plug.
It's shameless plug. I do not regret
plug.
it.
Yeah.
I do not regret it at all. Make sure to tune in. So
I think they got it.
I
hope.
I mean, it's prime time hour. Noon to 2. People are eating lunch, sitting out at the amphitheater if it's warm enough or cold enough or whatever, and they're gonna be listening to music, and we're broadcasting, and it's not. I have no problem with the music that we play, but sometimes it kind of gets repetitive, and it's the same oldies songs.
We're playing oldies?
And yes.
How old is oldies? Like, are we talking about, like, Back to the Future, we go to the future oldies, or we go to the past future oldies? Like, how old are the oldies?
Here's one thing we'll do. I will bring it up.
We're bringing up an oldie.
I'll just bring up our website. And
depending on what song you play, will make me feel either old or young.
I'm just going to play the radio station itself.
Okay, so random roulette here.
So it might be an oldie song. We'll see here in a second.
So it's a WAWL roulette. I like it.
So this is Moon Taxi.
So
all day, all night.
Have you? All right, yeah, we're gonna, yeah, a lot less of that. a lot less of that. What was that again? It was
Moon Taxi with All Day, All Night. I've heard of it before, but
that's the name of the song, Moon Taxi, or is
no? That's the name of the group.
That's the group.
The song is All Day, All Night. I've heard of Moon Taxi before. They're a small band, or a small time band, in my opinion. Kind of that reggae. I don't know how to describe it. Reggae pop, I guess you can say, or something like that.
Pop reggae.
Almost like Never Shout Never.
Okay.
But not as terrible.
Why is that got to be terrible? What if I like that?
Well, Never Shout Never is...
Never shout never.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
you should never shout, never shout, never.
Never shout, never shout, never.
Exactly. So,
never say never.
Never say never, never.
Justin Bieber time.
You called it on yourself. But pretty much that's what I've been doing today is I've been just getting music ready, recording new promos for the show, because our original show was at Wednesdays at 7 p.m., and then we moved it to Tuesdays from noon to 2. On WAWL.org.
Shameless plug.
Shameless.
I mean, that's just how it has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, you gotta.
But you know, it's weird. People are not going to be able to hear this unless they're listening to our show. Because, you know, this is going to go onto our show's website, and YouTuber just tweeted something. It's kind of weird.
You were checking your phone?
I was
a true college student.
I really am.
If the professor was here, they would cite you for having picked up that phone. And you dare do that while recording.
I was going to say, at least I'm not listening to music while recording, but I technically am.
Technically, you're allowed to do that, though. You're supposed to. You're the radio guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But actually, that's something that a lot of people and a lot of professors don't understand is I have a learning comprehension to where it takes me a while to learn something or to understand.
Oh,
it.
you mean you have a learning disability?
Yes.
You said
a reading comprehension.
You have a reading comprehension?
Yes.
Or you have trouble with reading
I
comprehension?
don't know. It's just what it was told to me.
It sounds like you have a lot of comprehension issues right now.
I do. I have a learning disability.
Okay, all right.
With me, to be able to focus in class or focus on a test or something, I have to be listening to music. Or if I'm doing something, I have to be listening to music. Like at work, I can't just sit there with nothing playing and just sit there for 5-6 hours.
Really?
And like I have to have music in the background. If not, I think I'm going crazy. And you'll see me sitting in class.
You're going crazy?
Oh, I'm already crazy.
I was going to say, okay. All right. Well, if you're already crazy, why are you so worried?
Going crazier.
Worried about getting crazier.
Like Moccasin Bend crazy.
Moccasin Bend.
You don't know about that.
You're going to have to tell me about it.
You're from New York.
That's right. The New York Yankee needs to learn something.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Moccasin Bend is Chattanooga's pretty much crazy house.
Really?
It's our insane asylum. Or insane...
Any famous people been there?
Hospital. I don't think so.
No famous people, really?
I don't really know much about it. My lips are doing it again.
It's okay. That's okay.
It kills me.
You just got to breathe.
I know, but I don't really know that many people that have gone through there. I know friends that have gone into it, but I don't, we're going to do this as well.
Famous people have been to Moccasin Bend?
While we are talking, we are going to Google this.
Don't you love Googling while you talk? Google while you work. Do, 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 do. It's so fun just to Google things when you're doing anything else.
Do, 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 do. See, the Curious Case of Moccasin Bend.
There's a curious case. Read it. Let's get this.
Let's go back and look it up.
I want to learn about this.
Case of Moccasin Bend. So this is the third item that pulls up after Wikipedia and then its official website. You're not going to know my location. So,
but they work
thousands upon thousands in question mark of years ago, a fertile floodplain of Chattanooga's Moccasin Bend was home of some of America's earliest known inhabitants. What? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward 12,000 years from where the earliest of these natives first hunted and gathered here, and this once sacred cradle of Native American civilization is now home to a rather farcical bag of tricks.
That's a big word. Very, very, very big
18-hole municipal golf course.
There's a golf course at the crazy place?
It's right by it. It's actually a really good golf course.
Really?
I like it.
You've been there.
I play golf. I do play golf.
Something about you playing golf makes me not want to play golf.
Wow.
I feel like that's an insult, but it's more of an observation.
True. I'm not going to take any insult from it.
Okay.
I lost interest in that.
Do you really play golf?
I do, but not competitively.
Let me see your stance.
I don't have a stance.
Okay, so you just go out there and hit the ball.
I do the Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Like I run up and I hit
it. Slug that guy like a hockey stick.
I actually got really far whenever I did that.
Did you get anywhere close, though?
No.
No. Okay. I got far.
No, I got really far, and it was my straightest shot that I had done that day. Me and my old youth director when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Went out, played around golf.
Is that what they call them nowadays? Youth directors?
It's what the Episcopalians call them.
Oh, okay. You're Episcopalian.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that?
It's all right. It's not too bad.
Ian!
Mr. Ian has now joined us.
What you guys doing?
We're doing a random talk.
We were doing a random talk. We're still doing that.
We're still doing a random talk.
You're still in the middle of the random talk.
Yeah, you not see the online?
Well, I mean, I did. I didn't really care at that point. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Ian, president of the media club, Ian Lockler,
has now joined us.
That's right.
We're going to get him his microphone.
Yeah.
Join on in this amazingness.
So what's this random talk about?
So right now we are talking about my experience. Come on in.
We're just starting a party.
Yeah, we are starting a party.
Another episode of the Takeover?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I don't know.
Okay.
We were just talking about my experience golfing with my old youth director. We had talked about Moccasin Bend. He has never heard of Moccasin Bend before.
That's right.
I was about to say, if I'm golfing, the only place you'd ever really see me is probably on a driving range trying to do my best,
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore impression.
That's what we were just talking about.
Just said.
Literally,
I was about to say.
my farthest and straightest drive was when I did the Happy Gilmore drive.
Really?
It was. I'm terrible at golf.
I was about to say, every time I think I've tried that, I don't think my aim was right. Missed straight over the ball. Maybe caused injury, but didn't really actually hit the ball itself.
Yeah.
No, man, I think the only reason why I go golfing is so I can drive a golf cart while I drink.
Exactly.
I mean, really, it's the only place I know for a fact I won't get a DUI.
I'm going to maintain my original
You might,
opinion.
actually.
I'm not
you might?
going golfing
You might.
with you guys.
Wait,
Depending on how
Never.
much you drink.
Oh, okay. See,
Never going golfing with you guys. I'm just saying that.
I was
Never.
about to say, look, I
Never
mean,
going.
I really wouldn't worry about me all too much. Now,
Yeah.
my old man, oh my God, now he's a
really
sight for
good.
sore. Well, I mean, they actually flipped a golf cart once, and he wasn't even really trying anything. He wasn't even trying anything hard. Like, from what I remember, right, is they were just going they were going quickly down the lane, right, and it was a sidewalk, but it apparently cut left really easily.
Oh.
And they were just going too fast, and he tried to make that turn, and it didn't happen.
did
All
not.
the weight, you got two good, like 250-pound, 300-pound men that are sitting in the middle of a golf cart.
That visual right there. You painted.
Yeah,
It reminds me of the Jackass
There
episode
you
where
go, yeah.
they sit there and they're doing that and they flip or they jump over it and flip head first.
Oh, I mean, but see, like, those guys actually went through jumps. My father and his friends, they were just playing with physics, put top-heavy car trying to do tight maneuver. Unfortunately, top-heavy car doesn't make it too far.
No,
It
not at
rolls
all.
a lot,
Not at all.
and it rolls a lot with the 300-pound men in it.
And then it bounces.
But nah. I don't really say that thing bounced. That thing just kind of slid its way into where it was going. That was about all you got out of that one.
Well, changing subject. We got someone else in here with us now. We should introduce.
Hello,
We
hello.
do.
Everybody, this is Alex.
Griffith.
Insert last name.
Is that how you
It
say
is Griffith. It is
Griffith,
Griffith.
okay.
Just like the sheriff, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
actually.
Oh,
No one ever gets that joke.
I was about to say that reference about went right over my head, man. I didn't even hear it.
and and it did take me a second to realize that you were talking about Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, yeah.
But
People actually thought I was related
Andy
to him.
Griffith.
Oh man,
Oh, I
and
just
that's the
got it.
worst part because like normally I would show my own age, but at that point in time I was completely oblivious to that.
I used
And
to
the worst
watch
part
it.
about it is I watched
Yeah.
the heck out of that show.
I watched the reruns.
We used to always watch it right before Wheel of Fortune came on.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was my
guys-
grandparents'
you
like
guys watch Wheel of
favorite show.
My parents watched Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy almost nightly.
I watched Wheel of Fortune when I was 8.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Jeopardy.
I was about to say, like weekly, it would have had to be Magnum PI for me. Like I was about to
pretty
say,
serious,
yeah.
yeah.
But you know what? My grandma and grandpa, they were legit. Let me tell you, great people,
Yeah,
great people.
Actually,
So was
my uncle used to marathon that show with me. Like he introduced me to Magnum PI, and I was just kind of like, well, this is a good looking show. Like I think I get into this, and like we watched the first couple episodes, and I was like, holy crap, I love this.
Yeah,
So it's
I was
pretty
about to
solid
say
show.
between Magnum PI and MacGyver. Yeah,
You were locked. I did some MacGyver, and I don't know if anybody remembers. Like right after MacGyver, they had a show came out called The Pretender. Anybody remember The Pretender?
what
You
was
guys-
it? Was it like a
know the
knockoff
song.
or?
No, it was not. I'm not talking about a song. Yeah, ABC every night after that show they play a song.
Just a song for
just-
30
just
minutes.
a song
song.
for
30 minutes long
30 minutes long.
with 2 commercial
What a
breaks.
crazy president. The Pretender was the guy who could pretend his way into any role of life. Like
So
Okay.
sociopath.
back then, we didn't call him sociopaths, Mr.
We called them
Sociopath.
pretenders.
Yeah. Okay. They were just really good at playing pretend.
They always had multiple personality syndromes. That was just it.
That
Except they
makes-
didn't know what to call it.
So
Well, his thing was he was
They called him a
secret
character.
agent. He was a trained secret agent to do this. I hadn't gone back to binge watch this show as an older person, so I'm using memories of a
Oh, man.
4-year-old of the show. So
of a
please-
4-year-old.
I was about to say,
Disclaimer.
if we're
I'm
sitting there
gonna- I may
talking
not
about
get the
like
plot
not
right.
wanting to like rewatch shows that you've like watched when you were like a kid or something like that, thinking it was awesome back during the time, like remember like the old Pokemon show or the old Power Ranger show
Yep.
or the
Yeah.
old Ninja Turtles. I mean, like any of those like shows
You
that we
just-
were all young boys watching,
I
and we
just
thought
jizzed
this was
inside
just.
my head.
I was about to say.
I had a brain-gasm.
I was about to say just those old shows that we all used to watch. Like I tried to watch the Indigo League Pokemon, and I'm
I
like,
was about to say it's on Netflix now.
wow,
Like, the entire
yeah,
series
because
is on
yeah,
Netflix.
it's all on Netflix. So I mean, I rewatched. I mean, I binged through it. And I mean, like, things that got me when I was a kid, like, you know, the whole Butterfree leaving on its own. Like, you know, things that made me tear up. And I'm just like, man,
That was really.
I was a
sad
sissy.
moment.
Holy crap. Like,
right.
This is the most corny thing I've ever seen in my life. And remembering, like, the action scenes in the Power Rangers or whatnot. And granted, we all used to make fun of them. You'd hit the one guy's head and go the other way. But, like, you know, still, like, we thought it was awesome back then. Now,
Yeah.
looking at
I
it
will
now,
say-
it's just, oh.
I will say, I agree with that whole Butterfree thing. Like, all the scenes that you used to cry about, there's still one that makes me cry every time.
Oh, my God. Are we going to get deeper into Pokemon?
No, we're going into Lion King.
Oh.
This is when Mufasa dies.
Oh.
That still gets me.
Really?
I'm not going to lie. I'm tearing up right now. That is my favorite movie.
I'm a witness to his tears.
Lion King is my favorite movie. I'm really tearing up right now.
How can you have a smile when you're talking about such a serious topic?
The Hamlet
Just-
wannabe of animation.
Just the dad, wake up, dad, come on. No, God. All right, I'm going to go cry in a corner for a minute. You guys continue talking.
You know what I could think about the whole time? The only thing I could think about while watching Lion King as a kid was Home Improvement. That was all I could think about.
What?
You know,
What?
it's really funny that you say that because with Home Improvement, like now I went Home Alone, and then after Home Alone, I went Michael Jackson holding his baby over a rail.
Oh, God.
I mean, like, granted, that like was a long process all the way around that circle. But if you think about it, you have, you know, Simba being held over a freaking cliff.
Yeah.
If you honestly think about that, I mean, one, his parents, completely irresponsible. Why would you allow a monkey, of all things,
I mean,
to hold your child over like a 400-foot drop?
I'd say Rafiki's
And
a
then,
pretty
like, what?
responsible monkey.
Yeah,
You know,
I would too.
You know, he's a pretty.
think he's
wise
crazy.
monkey.
What about a?
He
I was
is,
about to say,
no,
one-
he is crazy, but that's what makes him so responsible.
Okay, can we just say he's a witch doctor? Can we just
Yes.
put
Yeah, I
that
mean,
in?
like,
because
he
he's
is.
like
We're gonna
he's like
put that out
100 and
there.
something years.
Yeah.
He's like 100 something years old,
Uh-huh.
and
monkey?
yeah, like for him to be able to still be able to be that crazy and move
Yeah.
like that, like
Yeah.
I want to be 100 something years old and still be able to think like that.
Look,
Think
but
it all.
we're getting away from the topic.
Okay,
Right? One, there was a baboon that held a small cub that was just birthed over a 400-foot cliff. All right,
it seems
that
like
is about
it
as
was a lot
responsible
bigger.
as Michael Jackson trying to hold a child over a railing.
Yeah, but
And
just
I mean,
think,
at least Michael Jackson kind of knew that he was being irresponsible and pulled the kid back like really quickly. No, he sat there for the long, episodic, no. Yeah,
But here's
he
the thing
held
with
him
that.
for that entire thing. Like, one, what if my arms get tired? What if this baby slips? What if I just lose the one kid that's like supposed to be king later on in life just to this cliff because I was somehow just like, one, I kind of went, my PTSD route of being that monkey and how crazy that monkey is and just dropped this child.
Here's
Like,
the-
one,
here's the thing,
that's
though.
a lot of explaining to do. So two, one, I'm going to blame the parents. Mufasa apparently wasn't all that smart.
here's the thing though.
Killed. He was
You got to remember Mufasa and his wife, who I never remember the queen's name, are
She was
standing.
kind of not really all that important
Yeah,
for a while.
they're standing right behind him. So if he fucks up, he's getting shoved off after him. So back to Alex. You are a freshman here at Chattanooga State.
I am.
We actually went to high school together.
We did. We
Oh,
did.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. That's what was my next thing. I'm not gonna lie. I apologize. I barely remember you from high school.
It's okay.
I remember because you were I was a
Kid Cloud
senior.
time. You bullied him.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly not. I wasn't
are
that
you
type
sure?
of person. I actually hung out with a lot of the middle schoolers
Alex, is there
just
any
to kind of be
locker
like,
stuffings that you want to talk
I
about?
mean-
Let's get the true story.
Not from Dakota.
Hashtag.
yeah, not for me.
How am I a bully? How did this come on to me being a bully?
You know,
Granted,
this is streamed on the internet. You can totally access it whenever you.
You know this.
I feel
Let's
really bad because I know we've destroyed your
gonna
entire
say,
show by just
no.
rolling up in here.
no. This is
This is great.
this is literally this is just what
is
we're gonna
what we
do.
do. Yeah.
Probably once a week or something like that, and throw them in shows.
That sounds fun.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
So let's go back. Let's go back to a couple hours ago. What we were talking about.
Okay.
Whenever we had to go into the park, your wife had done the comment challenge, and
man.
you'd figured that you had to do it because everybody thinks you're a dick. So
It's not true.
How is that not that?
Well, first of all, man, I'm so glad you think so highly.
Hey, I think of you.
All right, so like I looked on Facebook the other day and I saw that my wife had done this compliment challenge where basically everybody on Facebook or whatnot, they'll sit there and they'll comment their name, and then you got to come up with some sort of compliment to tell them instead of, like bashing, which I'm really great at. I can bash anybody if we need to.
Back to the dick part.
All right. So
I've been proven wrong. I was sticking up for you, and then you just... All right, look. Like,
He shot it down for himself.
All right, so my original thought process on this is I wanted to be able to, I saw her doing it and her doing it really well, and I don't feel like I compliment people enough during the day sometimes. I get really busy, and I know that, I'm sure I could definitely compliment my wife a heck of a lot more because, I'll
make sure she gets the link to this.
Right. But no, I mean, like, she really does. She holds my house together. Like, there's no way I would have been able to do half the things that I do daily without her. And I know. Hey, man, I'm throwing it in now because she hasn't actually commented her name on there, so I haven't been able to throw it up there yet.
Cue the romantic music.
Yeah, right. But it was things like that where I don't even feel like I do it enough for my friends of showing people the appreciation that I feel like they deserve sometimes. So I thought I would actually do it, which it's actually turned out pretty weird. Like, granted, I've gotten a couple of guys that got on there and I'm like, I've known you for 2 days. So what am I going to say? Yeah, I was about to say. Alex was one of those people. But you know what? Like, it was easy to kind of state stuff about him because even within, like, the few days that I've met him, like, he's been, like, really kind of hard-driven about the things that he does,
He's a passionate young person.
Yeah, very passionate about what he does. I was about to say, passionate enough to be able to, like, pretty much stick to my hip the entire, like, last 2 weeks being like, hey, how do I do this? Hey, how do I do this? And I like that drive about you. That I'll pretty much sit there and say.
I will say that stubbornness comes from Mr. Ray.
It does.
It comes from our high school theater director, who was very stubborn with the plays that he did and the way that it got done, and would change the entire blocking of the show the day before it aired.
Thank you for taking my compliment away from Alex.
No. It helps. It helps. It helped us be able to stay on our feet no matter what happens.
Well, it's kind of the same things, man. Like, there are definitely people out there that will always be something that you attach yourself to, that you will see as mentors, which kind of like help you guide your own personality in a different direction,
Ian,
and in the right direction. I see
you as my mentor, Ian.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that extremely. Yeah. Well.
I will say you have helped, I know me and I know Alex as well, to actually get our creative drive going.
Oh my God.
If it wasn't for you, I know this is kind of turning into us complimenting you.
Man, I liked walking in here today. I'm going to just put my ego up on the highest pedestal, and I'll just wait for Jeremy to come around and just kick the leg out from underneath it. Just, you know what? Screw you.
That's that New York coming for you.
You're welcome.
But I'm not going to lie.
Thank you for keeping me on an even keel.
I'm not going to lie. If it wasn't for you stepping in as president this year as Media Club, or actually getting put into presidency of Media Club, this radio show probably wouldn't have even been happening. I would have had the idea to have wanted to get a radio show back, but I would have never had a concept. The media takeover was kind of a split concept that we kind of talked about, and you have actually like sparked that creativity in my mind to be able to do all this stuff.
Well, I was about to say, man.
Jeremy as well, because these are his ideas to come in here and do these random talks.
I just wanted to talk.
He's been cramped in the studio.
I just wanted to sit in
free therapy,
in a booth and actually just sit there and just talk my feelings away. That just sounds like a great plan.
I feel like Pokemon Go hurts me.
I'm sorry to hear that. No, back to what you were saying, man. Is like I'm really glad to be in this position. I mean, I love being around a bunch of people who are very passionate about pretty much anything that, revolves around media, whether it be, film and television, whether it be radio, whether it be like, hey, just social media, YouTube.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. But I mean, all of this stuff, like, we all find the same similar passions in. And I mean, if we can't be cross-platform on all of it, where it is radio, where it is, film and television, and it is that social media aspect, and like all different, positions that we have to all fill when we go into any one of those spots, then we're not doing a justice to our media club whatsoever. Even from down to just being a PA to, film directing or being a jockey for a radio station. Like, we have to be ready for all of that, especially even when we get out of school. So, I mean...
And, if it wasn't for people like you to actually help us push our creative drives, who knows what happens? Like, maybe a lot of us are going to lose our creative drive if there wasn't for people like you around, to where maybe in 10, 15 years, movies or radios don't exist. They're all animated or automated.
Japanese animated?
Japanese animated, yes. They're all animated, and it's all reruns.
I like anime. You need to back off that right now. I'm just saying. In that same aspect, man, I mean, you got to realize that right there is an art form, too. I mean, especially, I mean, all of this is an art form, and all of it is a form of media for us, which is what we really need to... why we need to go that cross-platform. Maybe we need to learn animation just as much as we need to learn radio. Maybe we need to figure out how to do, the different aspects of each other's jobs, or of what we want to be able to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's one of the reasons why we have or that is the main reason why we have our media club, is for people who aren't in the media department, who still want to be a part of it, can get that training that we get and be a part of something.
Yeah, because one of my major goals that I want to be able to accomplish while I'm here is to be able to, like, if we are making a film, and I'll keep going back to film because I'm a big film guy, and that'll always be something that I love with. But when we do a film, I want to bring in the music club so where they can score our films. I want to bring in, our, graphic designers to be able to come in and try and show me how to make 3D models in a 3D, space.
Our auto shop people to help give us cars or something like that.
That may be a little much. Granted, I like the way you think, and believe me, I'm sure we could probably...
seriously until we all started laughing. I was... Like, really? We could do that?
I'm serious about that.
I mean, I'm sure that it's something that we could probably muster up, but I mean, that will definitely have to be something that goes into talks.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stuff of that nature, like, we have a whole
Hillary Clinton response.
What?
Come on, that was so politically, professionally correct.
All right. Look, I really want to talk to people to be able to bring them into our club, and even just not if it's just into our club or if it's just associated with the club itself. So we have, like I said, the music club to come and help us score these films.
We have a music club?
Yeah, there's an actual music club.
That is cool.
And I was about to say, there's a lot of clubs that most people don't ever hear about.
A drama club.
There's a drama club, which I'm hoping to bring them in for actors. I'm wanting to bring in the cosmetology guys to be able to do our makeup artists and stuff of that nature.
Do they have to be guys?
Can
some of them be girls? Maybe?
Well, I mean,
you're pushing it now. Yeah. You're pushing it.
I don't know the demographics of the school. So
look, man, I literally said as a general term, but I could be we could also not politically correct in that motion. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
One thing we can also do is get the massage therapy people in here just to give us free massages.
Yeah, you can call Bentley any day. There you go. Get that little hobbit, up in here with his fingers starting to groom and
start talking about his ramen.
Oh my goodness,
dude, his ramen recipes are pretty on point.
Yeah, they are pretty on point.
Like orange,
but I'm telling you, if you look at him, the only thing you see is a D&D dwarf.
Yeah, it is very true. Where is
same height and everything.
Speaking of which, where has he been hiding lately?
He's actually working on his own. He's actually working on his own film project. I think it's GRPG. I think it is. Stands for General Role Playing Video Game. Oh, sorry. General Role Playing Game. My bad.
general role-playing game.
Because I know he's missed a couple
Like,
classes.
so he's talking about a board game then. He's talking about...
Yeah. They're talking about a board game.
Okay.
I mean, like,
That's
granted,
cool.
it seems like a pretty cool project. I mean,
I knew some guys who had done things like that when they were growing up, you know.
yeah,
It
I
always
mean, I'm a
seems
big
cool.
D&D guy, which you would never know if you. Granted, these people will know because they'll never see my face. But if you like see me in the outside world,
Yeah.
most people are like, yeah, he's probably kind of an average like redneck.
I will actually second that because last week we were talking about it, and he's got the collection of all these different books that they first came out with, the strategy books and
You got the
everything
first
like
edition
that.
stuff? What do you...
Oh man, yeah, I've
Look at
got
this
pretty
guy.
much everything. Like, well, I was
don't
about to say.
listen to him. Listen to him. You can't look at him.
I can see it.
I was about to say, yeah, no, I've got most of the original books. I definitely have all the like old magazines for Dungeons and Dragons,
wow.
like the Dragons magazine that came with like the different little campaign ideas and stuff like that.
When I was a kid, I used to pick those up on the magazine racks and then put them right back down because I didn't understand what was going on. I'd pick up, it looks so cool on the cover, and I don't understand.
like, this is awesome. What is a D20?
I didn't know. I wasn't raised in it. I was from New York. We played Pogs.
I was about to say you didn't have.
Yeah,
D&D.
no. Believe me, I remember Pogs too.
Yeah, okay. As long
All
as...
right, let's show our age. Let's go back down. All right.
Oh, yeah. We did mention something like quadruple our age old. I don't think.
Yeah,
anyone
but you know what?
references that anymore.
It's still, and if I can remember what it was, is like the fact that we still belong to millennials. Like you and I still belong to millennials.
Yeah, we found that out the other day. What was the years on that?
It was like you had to be between 18 and 35 between 2015. Well, in 2015, you had to be between the ages of 18 and 35.
Oh,
and
so
then,
I'm clear.
so you would be a millennial. You're a millennial, right?
No.
No.
I turned 18 this year.
You're going to be
So-
drastically younger than the millennials, which is so weird. Like, I mean,
Because when you think about it,
And
people
everybody-
think he's the millennial. I
yeah,
can't even
everybody
say
would
it.
think that like Alex is the millennial. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even a guy, and I remember the YouTube video. It's that one guy that does like the acapella vocals on YouTube, and he's talking about like the destruction of the world at the millennials' hands, and I'm like,
What?
hey, you know what? And I'm sitting there going like looking at a younger generation than me.
I can Google a couple
And I'm like-
articles about the 80s.
Yeah, well, I mean, granted, like we could all sit there
we
and
could-
like blame it on anybody, but
Yeah.
sitting there and I look at this guy and I'm like, there's no way that he was 35 in 2000,
Yeah.
older than 35 by 2015. So he is a millennial singing about millennials. And I'm like, man,
That's awful.
I don't know if he realizes the actual definition of it. Like we actually looked it up just to make sure
We had to make sure.
because
I
like
don't know who we're referencing when we say our citation.
I was
is
about to
not
say, I really
MLA.
thought that we were Generation
Yeah.
X.
I really thought I was.
Yeah, I mean,
You still, I still classify you guys as Generation
Wait,
X.
what's Generation X?
Wow, you're
he
so,
just
you're,
showed
I
off
was gonna say, I feel like,
the one before millennials.
oh,
Yes.
Okay, cool.
guys that grew up in the 80s.
your generation. nothing.
Basically, during the birth of the internet.
Oh, okay.
of the world.
So
as
my
you
Of
know
the
it.
world, yeah, pretty much. Like, basically the birth of everything that you use as technology today.
You know,
Oh, okay.
And cars.
with stating that, I classify myself as Generation X, even though I fall under the category of millennial.
You can't do that. You
You,
can't classify.
you
But here's-
can't classify
you can't do
yourself
that.
as something
No,
that
no,
you're not.
like, here's,
boy, you can't,
here's
like,
okay.
you can't do this.
That's
Let
what
me
we're-
explain.
That's what we're saying. We're saying we can't even classify ourselves that now because
because
the terminology
yeah.
states that we are not.
But let me explain, because whenever I was growing up, there was like this window,
Don't worry, I'll wait.
and there was a time whenever, like when I was going to five or six, everybody was outside playing. Always came in with streetlights, came on, yada yada yada. Same sort of stuff that you see in old movies. And then there was this one point when all of a sudden cell phones
Same
came
old
out,
stuff you
everything
see
like
in
that.
same old movies.
The,
Yeah, yeah.
the reference to the old movies lines is what threw me off from your whole story. Now I feel so old.
But no,
It's
it's
not funny. It's
well-
what you see. It's something you see in the oldies.
Yeah. you
wouldn't
know, like
class-
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, that thing.
God, that's
Oh,
so
yeah.
ancient.
I saw that on TCM the other day.
No, but like
Literally, it wasn't.
there was
TCM
that
the other
time
day.
where
saw it on the History Channel.
there was that time where I was growing up and it was everybody was outside playing. After school, you'd go outside, play with your friends on the playground, ride your bikes around, come in whenever it gets dark. And then there was like
Good old days.
one summer.
When you had to
It was
walk
just one
uphill
summer
both
where
bricks and
everybody
and
everybody
4 feet
was
of
at
snow.
home. Everybody sat at home on their
Yeah.
computers
In sandals.
playing games. Nobody ever wanted to go outside. Like I drive home from school now.
Yeah.
And I live in apartments and I drive home and there's a bunch of kids that live in my apartments.
Yeah.
But you never see them outside. And when you do, they're sitting right there on the porch on their phones texting or listening to music. And it's never like they're outside riding around.
Okay.
We've got 2 playgrounds and
here's
nobody's ever on them.
Here's the difference. Okay, you're not a Generation X.
I know.
Because
I know.
You said at age 5 you were doing that. Well, at age 10 or 12 or 13,
16, 17.
we were
Yeah.
still having these golden oldie memories that you're referencing, and then we crossed the generational gap where we started to see a computer exists.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs is a person.
I was about to say, like, granted, like,
Back to Steve Jobs.
I mean, granted, I was like, probably around middle school when like computers became a really big thing.
Yeah.
Like, especially
Yeah.
like in the schoolhouse and everything like that. I knew that we had one in our, in our home at that point in time, and everything really started to bolster around when I was in middle school around a computer.
Yeah.
Because granted, when I can still sit there and think that I have every single one of the encyclopedias in my house. Because that's what I had
that's
to
what you
use
had
to
to use.
research.
It was an encyclopedia. I remember fondly young ages of my mom explaining what the encyclopedia was for.
Yeah, and especially
Yeah.
having to look up anything in
Yeah.
those things. Let me
And
tell
I-
you,
I
not
am-
as expansive as Google.
I remember with those just leaving them alone and not wanting to learn because those were terrible.
I looked at the pictures.
Are you
a
kidding
lot.
me,
Remember
man?
the-
Like, mine was so well worn because of every project that I ever had to do. Always, it
was the only
like
way to
said
get
that
into
I had to use the encyclopedia
See, that's the one thing
or
with
the
me growing up.
encyclopedic answer.
you
me-
couldn't Google, like the Constitution.
Yeah, because
No.
Google didn't freaking exist.
Yeah.
But no, that's the good thing with me growing up with an older sibling who had already taken those classes. I kind of maybe took all their stuff.
He had an older sibling. This is the reason why he doesn't, classify himself.
This is how
the
they do it.
millennial.
I mean,
he
I had
classifies as
siblings.
Yeah.
generation.
I didn't grow up with them. Like they were. Well, my dad's like way older, so like my siblings are like way older than me. So like they were, grew up in like the 80s and whatnot, and then there's me who came along like way longer, and so like they're talking about all this stuff, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? I can just Google this. Like,
I can just Google this.
$50, I can get the answer faster than you can. Get them encyclopedias out. Watch me fill pages.
I was gonna say you grew up like absorbed into this. I remember in 7th grade being called up to the front for the teacher to explain to everybody without the benefit of a projector in the classroom. There's no such thing as a projector. There was an overhead projector, a little glass thing.
Yeah.
But I had to turn the giant CRT monitor around to the classroom and
Oh
demonstrate.
yeah, the little mirror with the
Yeah.
the light bulb in the bottom where
Yeah.
they had to draw on like these like invisible sheets of paper.
Oh my god! I had to
I
explain.
love
to
those
people
things.
what
teachers still use those.
Really?
I mean,
A lot of them, like old school teachers, do.
Yeah.
But a lot of them use those new projector boards, like the
Yeah.
smart boards.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
the
know-
Promethean board.
Yeah,
apparently,
that's
is
what it's called.
Like I remember Mr. Donnelly when I was in 8th grade still used one of those glass boards.
Really? Because he never
Yeah.
used it with us.
didn't?
Like it was
No.
bad
I could
because
have
when
sworn he did with me.
Because I'm the one who had to help him set up the projector. That might be why he went back to it. Is because
yeah.
we kind of
I was about to say like
He did eventually go back to the projector, but he used it a couple times.
yeah.
when I first got introduced to the fact of what a Promethean board was, I was like, "What did you just call me?" Excuse me. And then like they really had to explain this to me, and they were like, "Oh, it's like actually like a touchpad, and you can actually use a projector and the marker." And I was like, "So it's like a whiteboard compared,
It's a whiteboard projector.
Yeah, it's a whiteboard projector. Like,
That you
why didn't
can't
you
use
call it
whiteboard
something
markers on.
simple? And like, granted, like so, and then they were like, "No, it's like a smart board," and I was like,
It's like a smartphone.
"Yeah, well, or it is a smart board," and I'm like,
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I understand your concept, but like, that never existed the entirety of the time that I was in school.
It was chalkboards.
Like,
Not all of it was.
no, I mean, like, granted, all right, hey,
I remember.
we did upgrade, all right? We did upgrade to the whiteboard. Thank you. We were
did have
upgraded to the
whiteboards.
whiteboard, at least, all right?
when you were a senior,
I
I had to throw it back at you.
it's fine.
Let's see. In New York, I remember.
New York, I remember
New York.
getting that accent back out.
It's funny when I go to New York or when I talk to people from New York, they're like, "Why are you speaking in that Southern accent?" They're like they can't hear my New York accent at all when I talk to them, even if I'm talking as fast as they are,
Yeah.
or talking with what I know is my New York normal accent.
But
I
when
was
he
about to
comes
say,
down
like,
here, we
I
can
know
hear
you
it.
guys can.
Yeah,
hear
but
it.
I mean, like, it's kind of like me. I kind of speak with a very neutral accent because, like, Midwest, East Coast,
Yeah.
South, North, Germany. Like, after a while, well, granted, they all think that I sound weird when I went to Germany.
Germans
wife-
think everybody thinks.
I was
we
about
sound
to say,
weird.
my wife, like, apparently when we
Germans
first
play it
met
safe,
and she was still kind of learning that language or what, I mean, she wasn't learning because let me tell you, like, her accent is, like, nowhere to be found. Like, I would have mistaken her for, an American girl, like, right off the bat. Like, there's just those.
Is your wife German?
No, my wife's Danish.
Really?
Yeah, I was about to say whole spiel on that one, but no, like I said, I didn't know that she was Danish right off the bat. Besides of her friend, and once that came into effect, and I had actually seen her, she couldn't understand me to save my life. Like she'd just nod and shake her head, and her friend even worse because she was, if I can remember right. And she's gonna be mad at me if she were to ever hear this. I think she's so my wife's best friend is like her accent was thick. You could tell that she was foreign instantly, at least foreign to me because seeing that I was a foreigner while I was there. But her friend, like I said, just shakes her head and just kept nodding. Never understood a word that came out of my mouth ever. Not a single word.
That's a great first love story between some lovebirds.
I know people like that in my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you didn't understand the word, or they didn't understand you.
No,
bro.
I don't understand them half the time.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's called selective hearing.
Hey, it's okay. I worked
that.
I worked in a Middle Eastern or Mediterranean restaurant where they spoke Arabic.
Taco Bell.
We'd have
man.
after we closed after we would close, one day we had a meeting and the cook, the two owners, and one of the waitresses were all Arabic and knew Arabic and everything, and then there was me and another white girl. Didn't speak a lick of Arabic. And all of a sudden the owners are sitting there cussing out the cook in Arabic, and the Arabic waitress was sitting next to me, and I just look over and be like, "What are they saying?" And she's like, "You don't want to know. They're cussing them out. It's bad. It's bad. Oh my God." And then all of a sudden you just hear that
Pretty
split
much something
second
that
where they
we
go to
wouldn't be able
English
to
and then
air
back
right
to
now.
Arabic. I put a pin in something. Alex saw me do it. So I'm going to take that pin out and we're going to discuss it. That phone.
What's wrong with my phone?
You guys can't see it,
What's wrong with
but
my phone? You guys got a problem with my phone?
you guys can't see it. I'm going to link a picture with this. Whenever we post this online, I'm going to take a picture of his phone and post it with this.
You can
It's-
just Google the model number.
It's like the old flip phone.
You have to go to the web.
Except it's got
But
like
it's got a keyboard like an old Nokia phone, and then it flips to the
It's called a
side,
messenger phone.
and it
called
flips
these
to the side to
messenger
brings out
phones.
a full keyboard.
Not that old.
See, my first cell
Before-
phone actually was
I was about to say, I have this exact same
this is
cell
what
phone.
This is what we used.
I was gonna say my first phone was an LG flip phone with the mirror on the front.
Yeah.
It was the one that was like,
Oh, I remember that one.
yeah, that was my first cell
mine was
phone.
it was a
don't
Samsung Cosmos, and it like slid up.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
it was like
right.
that, except it didn't flip; it
slid.
just slid.
Yeah.
And like my dad actually found it the other day, and was like, he's like, "You want this phone?" I was like, "No." And I was like, "Actually, I know a guy."
So I'm pretty much
talking
sure
about
that
me?
we're going to
That
end
was
up
okay.
having to wrap up just a
Free
little
phones.
bit because I know we're sitting here running a little long.
Yeah, and I've got class in 45 minutes, and I still have to go eat food because I haven't eaten all
Man, I
day.
haven't ate either.
I haven't eaten all day.
And
I
it
think
may be time for that cigarette break that I have to walk all the way across this campus for.
we should all just go to Cookout.
I need some food.
I can't go to. I got to go to work where there's food.
Yeah, but we can't go to your work and eat.
You can.
Cookout is so
I get off.
far
I get
away.
out of class at 8:30.
Cookout is like my favorite fast food
you can-
restaurant, but it's
I've
so
never
far
actually
away.
been there.
Dude, it's so good. You and I
should
are gonna
be
go.
slapped.
Okay.
You and I are gonna go.
All right, I'm down.
You should be slapped. through the
Cookout.
wall.
It's like you get a full meal for like $5.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Let's recap. Okay, so today
We talked about what? Okay, hold on.
look on the recap.
Hold on. What did we first talk about when we came in here? Because we talked about salt.
talked about salt and pepper.
We talked about
Not salt and pepper, but salt and pepper.
pepper.
We talked about salt ambassadors and how hashtag pepper ambassadors do not exist, and we're looking for those. We're wanting some of those.
Then we talked about beeping music.
Yep. We're not going to tell you guys.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it again on the
can't
air
use
because
that word on air.
we bleeped it out last time. Music beds for our show.
Okay.
What I've been doing to get those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then what did we talk about after that?
We talked about Pokemon.
That was last time. That was last time we talked about Pokemon. I think
we
it's when they came
Is that
in.
when we came in?
That's when
No,
they-
we were talking about Moccasin Bend.
That's
Oh, yeah,
right.
you're
And then we
talking about
went
Moccasin Bend
then
and
golfing. Then they came in, and we had
Yeah.
a lovely.
Yeah, and then it just
great
like
chat.
tangentially went downhill from there.
We mentioned
Got a little
Power Rangers.
sentimental.
little sentimental with Lion King.
Yeah. Well, you were a
Well,
little sentimental. With Lion
Hey,
King.
hey, don't judge.
And then I was telling you how much of a crazy that little monkey was that holding over.
He was pretty crazy.
I was about to say, man, who holds over a cub? Like
Michael
over
Jackson
a 400
does.
foot drop. Well, yeah, he does, but
okay.
he's dead. What
We're recapping. Remember, guys, we're recapping.
All right, recap it.
Yeah.
That'll have to be an
Not rehashing.
offline. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll have to be an offline discussion that we have one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then just went into random craziness that I do not remember everything for.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm good for.
But
Apparently,
thank
a
you.
lot about complimenting me.
Anybody who has
And then we
stuck
talked
with
about
us,
Jeremy's phone.
anybody who has stuck with us this entire time, we're going to do a hashtag just to see if you've actually listened. In the comments, just do hashtag.
Pepper.
No, because we
No.
mentioned that earlier.
Oh, so we got to do a different one?
Yeah.
How many hashtags do you want?
Hashtag crazy monkey.
How about this?
Hashtag crazy monkey.
Hashtag
I
crazy
think it's
monkey.
like hashtag crazy
Literally,
monkey.
that's been taken. Like, I'm being honest. Like,
Hashtag
that's-
crazy monkey media. That has not been taken.
Wow.
If
But
it has been
I wouldn't even
taken,
want to hashtag that.
I-
All right. So
I think that's
how
those
about
are the
this?
guys that do.
let me cook
robot
up this
chicken.
hashtag. All right.
Okay,
So
he's
let's
brewing.
go.
How about hashtag model of my phone?
No. She never said the model of your phone.
It's SGH.
hashtag SGH.
Sure.
Okay. So if you've actually listened this entire time, comment hashtag SGH,
3 letters.
3 letters with the hashtag.
SGH.
And I will
Sierra Golf Hotel.
I will pick a winner. And you'll win a little prize pack from Media Club and the WAWL radio station.
See, it was worth listening to us ramble.
Yeah, it was. So if you have gotten through this almost hour-long conversation, we applaud you.
I'm sorry.
We'll notify you somehow. Leave us your
one
email,
clap.
social security number, driver's license number, license plate number, bank account, routing number,
Social security number.
social security number, and your address. And then, yeah.
Please, dear God, tell me you're kidding.
I am kidding.
Okay.
Hopefully nobody does that. If they do, they just
Screwed up.
They
There-
listen
yeah.
to the show.
yeah. All right. Deuces. 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 Deuces.